takes me from my winter hell. I've got candles and candy, I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true. Just speak low, stand in your row, try not to show this life's a show. Try not to glow way down below. Oh, it's a lot of woe, and that's not a place where you would like to go. I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy if you just help me loosen up my hand grenades fuse. Baby, don't refuse my truth, but it's up to you now to choose. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true, 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 true.
Well, good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I hope everybody had a great night last night. It is the end of the week. It is Friday. Girl is tired. I'm not even going to lie. And also, we're going to see how it goes today. Okay. I am pretty exhausted. And what I was thinking about doing is streaming until lunch and then coming back tonight and streaming because I haven't, I missed, I know that, there are people that that are interested in the trial, but they, are working during the day, so they can't watch it. And, I just thought it's just a thought. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, Carmen is the one who is back on the stand. We're going to continue with cross examination. I'll say this. Okay. So, thank you guys for coming over last night and supporting me and the other gals on the No Safe Takes Network. I'm really excited to see where that goes. I think there's going to be some really great topics with a lot of really great discussion. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, I wanted to say thank you guys for doing that. I really appreciate it. What is happening here? Um, anyway, so there's that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, um, what was I going to tell you guys? I wanted to thank you guys for that. Oh, I know the other thing I did. So after that, after I did that last night, I went and checked out Emily D. Baker, because I really wanted to hear what her thoughts were on this cross examination, particularly the we'll circle back to that part. And Emily pretty much said the same thing that we were all saying yesterday, which is the we'll circle back to that is an attempt at making it seem as if what she's saying is not true, it's not accurate, or it's wrong, and yet she never circles back. And Emily also said, if it's wrong, if you can clock her, now's the time to clock her on it, not circling back, which you never circle back. She also said that we'll circle back to that is the new what is it? What if anything, which I thought was funny too. So, yeah, I thought that was cool. It makes me feel very validated because I was like, sure. I mean, it just like didn't, it doesn't sound, I think the only thing that the attorney yesterday really did, all she really accomplished was confusing the jury. And when a jury is confused, what do they do when they have to parse out the weight of somebody's testimony? Well, they parse out the part that wasn't confusing, which would be the prosecution. So this was not a good look for the defense. It did not help them in any way, shape, or form, I don't think. And um if and when the texts between Kouri Richins and Carmen come in, because they're going to come in, I'm pretty sure. When they do, it's going to clear things up substantially for the jury, and that any questions that they had will be cleared up right then. Because you can't argue, screenshots don't typically lie, right? When somebody's phone is downloaded and the screenshots are recovered, the things that were deleted are recovered, you can't really argue that. I'll also say, just if anybody is interested in hearing this little pro tip, you can delete messages off of Facebook. Facebook holds on to the messages. Everything that you do on Facebook is logged. And if a law enforcement entity so chose, they could subpoena Facebook. So deleting things off of Facebook is, you know, also Facebook allows you to recover your own stuff. So there's that. All right, here we go. Carmen's about to take the stand. Did I even add this? Yeah, I did. All right, here we go.
Good morning.
Oh, also, I don't know if I said this or not, but because I'm like buffering, but good morning to everybody. I'm very, very glad you're here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Update on Nuggie and the donut situation. We're going to be getting donuts this weekend. However, the first words out of her mouth this morning were, Granny, are we getting donuts? But that's going to be this weekend. So, all right, here we go. Also, it's supposed to be like 80 degrees today. And this little, because of her diagnosis, when it gets hot, really hot, and anything more than like 85 is too hot for her. She needs to stay inside. Um, right now, the weather is absolutely perfect. So I think, doing something while it's nice is going to be what we do. So, all right. Anyway, here we go.
And again, we'll get you a glass of water.
Thank you.
And you can feel free to put it wherever is safe.
clumsy, so I'll probably spill.
You and me both, that's all right. Okay. Ms. Lauber, we're on the record. We're going to invite the jury in a moment. When they come in, I'll just remind you that you're under oath, okay? All right. Mr. Bloodworth, are we ready for the jury?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lewis?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Oh, that would be fun for her. Neat Noodles. She would love. She wants to go on a plane so badly. I forgot what I was going to tell you too. Oh, about the donuts. There's a local donut shop here. It's not like a Dunkin's or a Krispy Kreme. And they are so good. And she calls it a strawberry donut. It's really a regular glazed donut, but it has strawberry icing on it and sprinkles. She's very
Come in.
big into sprinkles.
All right, have a seat. Thank you.
All right, so let's continue this abhorrent
Thank you for your patience.
cross-examination and be confused. I can hardly wait.
Ms. Lauber, please remember you are still under oath. Ms. Lewis.
Good morning.
Morning.
I want to move on to the next interview, which took place on May 4th, 2023. So I don't know, in case we need the binder, do you want me to put you in the right spot, or can you find it? Yeah, I think that's it. And it's dated May
Yeah.
4th?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So you've stated that you worked for Kouri Richins for a long time prior to these events.
I worked for her aunt.
You worked for her aunt, but working through her aunt, she was one of your clients. You cleaned for Ms. Richins and
Yes,
worked
she was
for-
one of her aunt's clients, yes.
Okay. And you had a lot of communications with Kouri over the years about cleaning.
Yeah.
And you were friendly with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. So I want to ask you, sorry, strike that. You mostly communicated by way of text, right?
When I was cleaning for Kouri, yes. Phone calls or texts, yes.
Pull the mic just a little.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
All right. And you texted a lot, you sent a lot of emojis back and forth, fair?
Yes.
All right. Now, you did some other cleaning projects for her, though, in addition to cleaning just her home, right?
Yes.
For example, one thing you did was you cleaned what we know as the Midway Mansion after she purchased it after Eric died, correct?
Yes, she had me go over there and get it set, clean it out for open house, I believe.
Well, yeah, I don't know, maybe it was for an open house, but the cleaning itself was you and 3 other people went in? Nick Bonsavage and yourself and
2 other.
2 others.
Yeah.
Okay. And you went in and the purpose of it was to clean graffiti that was inside the house, right?
We were going through and just sweeping up and cleaning up all the garbage. People were squatting there.
Okay. That's fine. And she paid you for that, correct?
She paid Nick through Venmo.
She paid you for that, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I want to just turn to a minute to the check that you said you picked up on March 9th from Ms. Richins. Can you pull that up? I'm sorry, I don't have the exhibit number. Do you know it, Katie? You testified, while she's getting that up, that you stopped at the house on March 9th and you went inside and Kouri wrote a check for you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And this has already been admitted, so can we publish this? Now, do you notice on that check, the check is dated March 6th?
Yes.
So she didn't write it then, she already had it prepared, correct?
No, she wrote it that morning
On March 9th.
when I went to her house, yes.
So you think she backdated it for some reason?
I have no clue why she wrote the date, but the date I picked it up was the 9th that I deposited in my checking account.
Oh, okay, I understand you picked it up on March 9th, but the check is dated March 6th, correct?
Yes, that's what it says.
All right. And you were paid how much apiece for cleaning the Midway Mansion?
Nick and I got paid $25 an hour, and the other was 20.
And it came to approximately between $300 and $400 apiece, correct?
I'm not 100% sure on that, no.
All right. And isn't it true that you cashed the check and paid the other workers? You paid them. She paid you and you paid them.
Not at this, no. She sent Nick Venmo.
What about the other two?
Nick, she sent the money to Nick, and then it got paid out through.
You
the
remember
look-through.
that?
We
Yeah.
can pause there for just a moment. My apologies. We need to hand out some glasses.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Forgive me. One of you needs a pair of reading glasses, right? Take a moment. Yeah, grab them. I'd be useless without mine.
You know, Sarah, at this point, I think she is intentionally being confusing. Sarah said, ma'am, be clearer. There's a big difference between paying you directly and paying the you collective group. Exactly. And I think she is intentionally conflating issues as to be intentionally confusing to the jury. Not a good
So
strategy.
when Detectives O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard came on March 4th to interview you. The first, well, I don't know if it's the first thing, but right at the beginning of that interview, they asked you if you've been speaking to anyone about what's going on in terms of your cooperation. Do you recall that?
No, I don't.
Turn to page 8 of the May 4th interview. And it's towards the bottom of 8 and to the top of 9.
Crime Crochet says she is. What else do they have? It's a desperate little ploy. I mean, yeah.
Do you recall that they asked you if you'd talked to anybody about what had been going on with them?
Yeah, I think that the only way to really get around this witness is to attack the text, the substance of the texts head on. And say, couldn't you be talking about, weren't you actually talking
I don't see
about?
what's on that page, unless I'm on the wrong page.
Let me see if I can help you out. See if we're in the right spot.
Yeah.
You're not on the right spot. Here we go. School
Oh,
here.
you told me.
May 4th. We're on May 4th now.
How could anybody forget that date? It's May the 4th be with you. I mean, this is not going to work. And I know that the jury, bless their little hearts, they can't have commentary like us. They can't roll their eyes like us. But here we are. Like, thank goodness we can, because this is ridiculous. This is not helping your client, ma'am.
So they asked you if you'd been talking to anybody about what's going on. And then, isn't it true you said, no, you haven't told anyone, you've just told people you're in custody on a drug court violation. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. But that wasn't true, was it, Ms. Lover? Ms. Lover?
Yes.
That wasn't a true statement to them, that you had only told people you were on a drug court violation, correct?
Correct.
Because you had been telling people in detail that you were cooperating with law enforcement.
No, I didn't tell anybody. I don't recall.
You told Nick Bond Savage, correct?
I don't recall.
Well, you said yesterday that you had talked to Nick Bond Savage. You don't recall what you said yesterday?
I had talked to Nick a little bit here and there. but not that I was cooperating, I don't believe.
All right. So you don't recall, all right, yesterday you told us you had talked to Nick about cooperating. Do you recall this? Do you recall a conversation with Nick on the phone, a recorded conversation on the phone with Nick, telling him all about how you were going to go meet with federal, with the feds?
Your Honor, objection foundation, just, when is this call? What call?
While you were in
I need you to provide a little more detail.
So while you were in jail, you would talk with family and friends on the phone, right?
Correct.
And one of the people that you talked to regularly was Nick Bonsavage.
Yes.
And you had a meeting set up to go and speak with a couple of people and agents from the U.S. Attorney's Office. You recall that?
I think so, yes.
Okay. And that, and you called Nick Bonsavage, and you told him all about that you were going to go meet with the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Yes. Here and there, yes.
And that you were really nervous about meeting with the feds, right?
Correct.
So you had told Nick all about what was going on. You talked in detail about what you were talking to Detectives Maynard and Detective O'Driscoll about.
I don't recall how much detail talking to Nick with.
All right. But when you told them, I've only said that I'm in jail on a drug court violation, that was not, you were not telling them the truth, because you had told people you were there cooperating and that you were there on new charges. Specifically, Nick Bonsavage.
Correct.
All right.
Your Honor, objection, I think that misstates both the evidence and the
I
reality.
need foundation in order to rule on the objection for who them is in your question.
I'm not sure what the objection is.
The foundation, yeah.
As to,
When you say you told them.
Them.
who's
Who's
In
them?
your question, could you be specific?
I know who she's talking
told
about.
Detectives O'Driscoll and Detectives Maynard that you had not talked to anyone about this case other than to tell them you are in drug court violation, and that was not a true statement, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is that? Okay, thank you. You also they give you a tablet when you're at the jail where you can text people, right? Is that right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And you were also texting your friend Nick Bonsavage, right?
Correct.
And do you recall texting him about how you absolutely can't lose your drug court?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what you said to him?
No, not exactly.
Okay. I'm going to show you. Just a text with him. The highlighted part. I'm not introducing it. Just gonna use it. Yeah.
I'm curious, what's the difference between her showing the witness text messages to refresh her recollection and law enforcement showing her text messages to refresh her recollection?
It's really just this right here. Ask her about that. Okay. Can if you want. Okay, that's fine. We can admit it. All right, I'm going to show you, this is marked as, well, we might want to remark this.
May I see it?
It's marked as an impeachment document, but I guess we're going to admit it.
Well, you
Is that okay?
can, it's
I
marked
just-
how it's marked, you can
That's
still
okay,
admit it.
all right. All right, I'm going to show you this. It's marked as, it's IMP CL1 on the bottom. Just take a look up here. Oh, you can look it on the screen, that's fine. Did you pull it up? Okay, thank you.
Sorry, no, sorry.
Oh, that's fine, thank you. All right, so This is a text from you to Nick at the top, correct?
Correct.
And you tell him in that text, well, that,
Ms. Lewis, hey, do you want to admit it?
yes, we did.
Okay. Any objection, Mr. Blederman?
No, yeah.
All right. We'll publish this to the jury. They can read along with you if they want. Please proceed.
All right. And you tell him midway through, I have my ups and downs. I fucking can't lose my drug court. I fucking worked so hard to finally get clear-minded and get on a good path and live a straight life. And I have a supportive man. Right?
Correct.
Okay. So you tell him that you absolutely cannot lose your drug court.
Correct.
Okay.
I've said that multiple times.
So, and then you talk to him about that you're going to meet with federal agents, and not in this text. We're going back. You recall that you talked to him about, I have to meet with federal agents, and you were nervous about that.
I don't recall.
Well, I think you just said that was
Well,
correct.
I mean,
a few
I remember
minutes
telling him
ago.
I met with a couple people, but
All right. But you remember that you were very nervous about meeting with the federal agents.
yes.
All right. So on May 10th, which that's the thin notebook, which we're going to be referring to.
For the record, I would be very nervous meeting with federal agents, and I ain't done shit.
Now, the one that you've got sitting on the, so May 10th of 2023, there are 3 people that come to the jail in Wasatch County to meet with you, to interview you, correct?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, correct.
Okay, so there were 2 assistant United States attorneys and an agent with the federal government.
Correct.
All right. And the one who primarily questioned you, I don't know if you remember, her name was Serena Whistler. Do you remember Ms. Whistler?
Yes, correct.
All right. All right. At this point, you have immunity from federal prosecution, correct?
I'm not 100% sure when the immunity came in.
You pull up the federal immunity. Well, she's pulling it up. At this point, though, your federal immunity is not completely nailed down when they come to meet with you. Do you remember?
Correct.
Okay. You want to take a look at Defense Exhibit 1006.
Are
Do you,
we using this to refresh?
no, I'm planning to admit it.
Okay.
Do you recall that letter, the immunity letter?
I don't recall seeing these letters. They might have went to my attorney.
All right, you've never seen the letters giving you immunity in these cases?
No, I have not.
All right. You can just take that down then. She doesn't recognize it. But you know you have immunity.
Yes.
All right. So in this interview, it's you, Ms. Whistler, Mr. Holden, another assistant United States attorney, and Officer Tyler Parker.
I don't recall their names, but yes, I know they were
Okay.
the federal
2 men
agents.
and
Yes.
a woman. Okay. And Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard aren't there to help you anymore, correct?
Correct.
And you have to give your statement by yourself.
Correct.
Nobody's there to lay it out for you, correct?
Correct.
All right.
I mean, if there's some big,
She asked you right up.
if there's some big I can't even talk, jaw-dropping information in her interview, why don't you just freaking play it instead of drawing this out?
Front, if you talk to anyone about your cooperation also. Do you recall that?
No, I don't recall.
You don't recall that she asked you if you talked to anyone about
I
cooperating?
don't recall what was said between her and I.
All right. Well, I don't have the page number on that one, so we'll have to come back to that. All right, you tell them, though, about your drug use, right?
Correct.
And you tell them that the last time you used was in July of 2022. Is that correct?
I'm not sure of the date.
Do you want to turn to page 24 of the interview? July. She has it. This is in the May 10th interview. Okay.
Oh, correct. It's right here.
Okay, so you told them July of 2022 is the last time you used.
Correct.
Okay, and was that a true statement?
It's been so long, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, so you don't recall the last time you used?
Back then, I'm not 100% sure. You have the dates.
All right. Can you tell us sitting here today when the last time you used was?
4 years ago. I'm clean of a little over 4 years.
So that would put us at,
We're in
what day is it? February of 26.
Oh, for the love of Pete. We're February 2026 -4 is somewhere in 2022, the early part of 2022. Okay? Stop it. This is ridiculous. You're arguing what the meaning of is at this point. It's minutia and it doesn't matter.
And so the last time you used, you're saying is February of 22?
So hold on, I gotta count back too.
I mean, that's not correct.
I'm not sure of the dates.
All right. Well, you told them it was July of 22.
Like I said, it was a long time ago. I'm not sure on the dates
Okay.
or what was said.
All right. So let me ask you, I know, what phase of drug court was it that you were using other people's urine to have drug testing done?
I never used anybody else's urine.
You never used anyone else's urine.
No, I've never used anybody else's urine.
You realize you're under oath.
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, let's assume for a moment that the July of 22 date was accurate, since that was 3 years ago when you said that. So maybe you had a better memory then than.
So let me ask you this. If that's the case, if she used somebody else's urine and you have proof of that, now would be the time to bring forth that proof to impeach her. Not circling back, I'm going to have to quote Family Guy. Not after breakfast, not after CSI. Now. Do it now. Look at you. It's freaking 10 o'clock in the morning and you got me yelling like a lunatic. Ma'am. Let me take back my control and continue to play this. She is really grinding my gears today, like extra.
You have today, correct?
Correct.
All right. But again, that means the whole time of what we're talking about here, the time period of January, February, March of 2022, as we talked about yesterday, you were using consistently during that time period.
Not consistently, no. Off and on.
Well, we went over drug tests yesterday where you were having positive drug tests once or twice a week.
In the beginning of drug court, yes.
And all the way through March of 22.
No, I was due to graduate probably 3 months when I got arrested, so it was not.
That's not true. There was.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yes,
I'll have a question coming.
Ms. Lauber. Yeah, I need you to ask
That's
the
what I'm.
questions.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. All right.
Any other objection, Mr. Lauber?
That's the one.
Yeah, I just
All
need
right.
you to ask questions.
Yes, because you had an order to show cause about how you were that you had figured out a way to game the system, and you'd figured out an algorithm So you would know when you were being drug tested, so you would test clean, correct?
No, that is not correct.
It's not correct that that was part of your order to show cause.
No,
So if the prosecutor in your case testifies otherwise, he's wrong?
nobody figured out anything on how to do the UA system.
You and Nick Savage didn't figure out how to game that system.
No. There was a couple of us that would text each other, hey, don't forget to go do your UA today, as a group. Nobody figured out anything.
All right.
It was a random phone call every day that you made.
I understand that. All right. So during that time period, you were selling drugs to.
Okay, so Katie wants to know who is Nick Savage in reference to this case. I missed that part. Nick Savage went with Carmen to Kouri Richins for the last purchase of fentanyl from Robbie. That is the time that Kouri wrote her a check, had her go to then she had to go to the bank. She had to cash the check. She was negative, so she had, some of it had to stay, and then she withdrew the rest and bought fentanyl. Nick Savage is someone that she was in drug court with. That's who he is to her.
Support your drug habit.
Hold
also.
on.
Correct. So during that time period, you were selling drugs to support your drug habit also, correct? In 2022?
No.
So when you were picking up pills from Robert Crozier, you were pulling some of them out to keep for yourself to either sell or use, correct?
No, not correct.
So is it true that you had a phone call with Nick Savage, again from the jail? This was right before, and I backed up a little bit from your May 10th interview, where you talked about with Nick, this was the last time we were able to get these pills, remember?
I don't recall that phone call, no.
Your Honor, I need to play a call for impeachment purposes. I don't know if you want, is there headphones so just Ms. Lauber can listen to it to help her refresh her recollection of the phone call, or how do you want to handle that?
Things. Are you refreshing her recollection or impeaching her with an exhibit that you seek to admit?
I am, well, probably both. I'm starting by impeaching her recollection and then.
Refreshing her recollection?
Thank you so much. Refreshing her recollection, and then, yes, I may want to introduce it as impeachment.
That's fine. You just need to make sure that Mr. Bloodworth listens to it before we play it for the witness.
Okay, I think we're going to need a moment then.
Okay. Folks, this may just take some arranging of devices. If you'd give us a moment, please rise for the jury.
Lord. I mean, look, I ain't mad. We're finally going to maybe get to hear a phone call where she's actually going to put on some sort of evidence to impeach testimony, which is what she's supposed to be doing. So I can't really get mad at her. I can only just be like slightly annoyed that it's going to take a minute because you guys know I don't really like waiting. See, I think she should have taken,
Yes. All right, so please.
I think the best thing for her to have done is to review Georgia Kappelman when Georgia Kappelman, even though it was her witness, had Wendy Adelson on the stand. And every time Wendy didn't remember, she had the page and the line number prepared for her, all of the things immediately to impeach her testimony or to refresh her recollection. And also she had the evidence ready to impeach her testimony. When Wendy couldn't, when Wendy said, I never said that, boom, here comes Georgia Kappelman with the receipt. That's what we like. That's what we want. Take a lesson. Not impressed by your method.
Do not talk to anybody during the
We
restroom
have
break.
to.
All right, just affirmatively avoid people?
know.
Yes?
Yeah,
Okay, you can take a restroom break, that's fine.
it's just, yeah. I just want to make sure they're on the same topic.
And I got to say,
Go off the record for a moment.
I'm really shocked that the defense hasn't asked for any time she is on the stand and has to leave the stand for whatever reason that she's not monitored. I'm really shocked about that. We're a little behind. So let's we can skip forward a little bit and see where we can get caught up when they go back on the record here. There we go. I just think that when you're trying to prove something, one way or the other, you're either trying to prove it happened, or you're trying to prove it didn't happen, or you're trying to prove they said it, or you're trying to prove they didn't say it, whatever it is that you're trying to prove. Okay. I just think it's far more impactful if the receipts that show whatever it is that you're trying to show are readily and immediately available. When they're not, and you have to say things like, well, let's circle back, or I don't know the page number, or whatever, it's difficult for the jury. They don't know this case. This is the first time they're sitting down and hearing it. And this cross-examination has been anything but linear. I'm going back a bit, I'm going forward a bit, but then doesn't really exactly like, it's because it's layered, because it's complicated. If you're going to go through statements, etc., it would be much better if you did it in chronological order. Not go from May 2023 to April of 2022 to March of 2022, then back to May of 2023. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't appreciate this at all. I remain unimpressed. My Google review at this point is 1 star. She's not quite reached the 0. I don't know though, because I do have to deduct points
All right,
for
have a seat.
the bringing up of the daughter and then the saying the daughter's name in
On the
open
record,
court.
Ms.
Yeah,
Lewis,
she's
I
a
understand you'd
negative
like to
stars.
refresh Ms. Lauber's recollection.
0 at
with
negative.
a couple
Hold
of
on.
audio
Negative 50, 1100 would not recommend.
recordings, correct?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Lauber, if you put the headphones on. Katie's going to play 2 audio recordings for you. Just listen, and when they're done, Ms. Lewis is going to ask you another question. Thank you.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah, that was it. Okay, and then we're gonna do the second one. Okay.
And at this point, if she's
You
trying
would hand those headphones back to Katie.
to prove that
Ms.
Nick,
Lauber, were you able to hear those 2 phone calls between you and Mr. Von Savage?
if her and Nick, if she's trying to prove, which the judges just said her name. Why can't her name stay in my brain? It just goes right out. But if she's trying to prove that Nick and Carmen were cahooting cahooters, because that's what it kind of sounds like, they're getting their testimony in a line or their story straight, then, yay, I'm glad we're going to get to hear it. I'd like to hear the context, because sometimes she's put stuff on the, displayed evidence and conversations, and the context isn't quite the same as what she's suggesting that it is.
Yes.
All right. So you were having a conversation where Mr. Von Savage was saying to you, hey, remember, Carmen, we couldn't get any more of those pills after we've got those in March of 2022, right?
Correct.
And he said, remember, we tried to get more. We asked Kouri if she could get more, And she said she didn't want any more, so we couldn't get any more, remember?
Correct.
Why was it that you wanted more pills?
I don't think I was the one asking for them. Nick did. Nick wanted to know because Nick benefited from it when he got made the $300.
Nick said that was the last time we could get them, correct?
Correct.
Meaning you and Nick.
Nick was the one that drove me down the last one, yes. Correct.
And that Nick and you wanted to get more pills, correct?
I don't recall me on that video. It wasn't me asking for them.
Your Honor, can we, I'd like to admit the recording.
Mr. Bloodworth, you've heard it. Any objection?
No.
Okay. Pause for 1 moment. Katie, let me make sure you're connected.
Bruh,
Let me know
let's just rewind that really quickly, because that was like,
This should work.
let me see what's going on. I'm going to try to read the room. Hold on.
No.
Your Honor, can we, I'd like to admit.
Because
the
that was
recording.
something from the state.
Mr. Bloodworth, you've heard it. Any objection?
No.
Okay. Pause for 1 moment. Katie, let me make sure.
What do you guys think that was about? Like, I'm confused. I cannot read him. Because he is looking very intently, it appears, in the direction of the witness. It's almost like, to me, the feeling I get is, play it. It's not gonna prove what you think it's gonna prove. Yeah, this is gonna be a meme. Yeah, this is gonna be a meme.
Sure you're connected. Let me know when you have them queued up.
You're
This
so
should work.
welcome, KD. I try. If I know the answer, I'll give the answer. If I have to go, if I don't know it, I'll go find it if I
Are you
can.
Connected. Here, we'll start again. My apologies.
And
Do
this
you
is
want-
Defense Exhibit 307 for the record.
Hold on. Do you want to see it again, Daria? Because I will rewind it. All right, I'll rewind it for everybody. Here we go. We're going to go back. Why am I yelling, Jen? Use your inside voice. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? All right, let's go.
Mr. Bloodworth, you've heard it. Any objection?
All right, I'm going to put it at 6.5. Okay. But I, the sound is going to be wonky. All right. So here we go. Are y'all ready? All right, here we go.
No.
Okay. Pause for 1 moment. Katie, let me make sure you're connected.
All right, everybody get it? Yes. The blonde. I feel like, okay, if you're not familiar, I don't even know what you're doing with your life, but have you got, whoever's watched The Princess Bride knows exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like this is that moment. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. That is sort of the feeling that I got, although I guess we'll find out. Let's find out. All right, let me put it back on regular speed. Poor Katie. Up and down, having to do all the things. Oh my God. All right, here we go.
Let me know when you have them queued up. This should work.
Let me see what he's doing back. They're looking at each other rather intently.
Are you connected? Here, we'll start again. My apologies.
And this is Defense Exhibit 307 for the record.
Okay.
3007. Oh, I'm sorry. What's
Katie,
wrong
would
with-
you do me a favor?
3008.
Unplug
Yes,
Plug
coffee
back
and
in.
skeletons. Inconceivable.
Let me know when you've plugged back in.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I skipped to the right place. Yeah, I did. Oh, look over here. It's Bane. Bane is interested in watching the Kouri Richins trial. Who knew? Which I feel bad about that. Okay, I have some regrets, but I think that I've never seen a mask like that before. So maybe that was mean. If it was, and I offended anybody, I apologize. It wasn't intended to be offensive. It's just a little dark humor. Here we go.
Let me know when you've plugged back in. You're not showing anything on your desktop.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Can you get your poop in a group?
But forgive me, I'm not sure the audio player is connected. Can you drag it into?
Well, because remember I kept asking, like, hey, text Kouri, do we need any more? And that, so me and you was the last time we were able to get any because she didn't want any anymore. Because remember her guy was out of town or whatever?
I don't know.
Can we play the next part?
I mean, I know that, like, I kept asking, like, hey, does her guy want more? Does her guy want more? So, and you were like, and she'd always say no. So, like, I know you and me, it was the last time, unless you cheated on me and went with somebody else, which I don't think you would have. Yeah.
All right. So Nick said he's the one that texted, but then he said that's the last time you and me could get any of those pills, correct?
That was the last time Nick and I had gone to the Maverick.
All right, we listened to the call. He said that's the last time you and me could get any of those pills. That's what the call says.
Okay.
That's the last time him and I went to the Maverick.
All right. First of all, this is very. If I were the state, I would be objecting because they clearly are having a conversation before that, respective to when he says, remember. So there's clearly a discrepancy there. And I'm a person who thinks context is very important, okay? Especially for this type of situation. We don't know what the back and forth was, why he had to tell her, hey, remember. I play it all. Where's that? I need to get that Bethany Frankel gif. Mention it all. Mention it all. See, it doesn't. I can see why he laughed. It does not. If you're just going to play that, it doesn't show anything.
Right. I'm going to try and ask the question again.
Your Honor, objection. Asked and answered. It's in evidence. It says what it says.
Sustained. Please ask your next question.
Sure. All right, let's go back to the May 10th interview with Ms. Whistler and the others. Maybe turn to page 26, and I'll ask you if you can remember this, and if you can't, you can look down at the page.
Just wait 1 moment. She's going to ask you a question, Ms. Lover.
Oh,
Okay, so Ms. Whistler asks you how often that, when you were using drugs, how often you were using. And you told her hardly ever, like maybe once a month. You recall that?
correct.
Okay, but that wasn't true, correct?
Correct.
Because you were using a lot more than once a month during February and March of 2022.
Correct.
Okay. So you weren't honest with Ms. Whistler, correct?
Correct.
All right. So then she wants to talk to you about the first drug purchase, the one with Susan Kohler. And turn to page 34, just so you have it ready. But first I'll ask if you remember, and then if you don't remember, you can look at the interview, okay? All right. Now, you told Ms. Whistler that you couldn't remember when you sold pills to, or I'm not, excuse me, when you bought pills from Susan Kohler, but it was wintertime, correct?
Correct.
And then you tell Ms. Whistler, the other guys, referring to Detective O'Driscoll and Maynard, they made it much easier because they drew it all out for me. Do you remember that?
No, no.
Okay, take a look at page 34.
I'm trying, Delana. I cannot.
Okay, she
Look.
said they made it a lot easier, but Ms. Whistler
We're all hearing exactly the same thing. And this woman talks in circles. She acts like she's got these big, huge, light bulb moments, big brain moments. They're not. They're not. It's absolutely ridiculous. I cannot. Normally, I can reach into the depths of some part of my brain that can discern bullshittery. But this level of bullshittery is even beyond my ability to discern bullshittery. This is bullshittery on a new level. So I need to familiarize myself with her bullshittery to even try to attempt to discern and decipher her bullshittery for y'all, because I'm at an absolute loss right now.
is making you tell the story yourself, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you said they made it a lot easier, but Ms. Whistler's making you tell the story yourself, correct?
Yes.
All right. So again, you say you went to Susan Kohler and bought oxycodone, correct?
Correct.
That those were prescription pills that Susan got for a friend, correct?
Yes.
And I take it you don't know how many milligrams of oxycodone those pills were. Do you know that?
No, I didn't look at them. I didn't count. I didn't ask.
Okay, fair. And you told her that you fronted the money to Susan.
Yes.
You told Ms. Whistler that. And then you told Ms. Whistler and the U.S. Attorney's Office that you were supposed to leave the pills in the closet in the Midway house, the small Midway house, and the money would be in the closet. But instead you decided to leave them in the fire pit, correct?
I don't recall. No.
Okay, let's go to page 46. And if you take a look at that and look at where it talks about you were supposed to leave the pills in the closet.
And what was your question?
Is that, in fact, what you said, that you were supposed to leave the pills in the closet and the money would be in the closet, correct?
It doesn't say anything about the pills or what one it was.
Can you take a look? Are you on page 46 of the May 10th interview?
Yes, I'm on page 46.
And that's not refreshing your recollection?
It just says in the next day, I want to say it was brighter, and she said the money go inside the house and the money was in the closet.
Okay, that's what I'm
Doesn't say
referring
which
to.
day.
That's what I'm referring to.
Which purchase.
That you were going to leave the pills in the closet and the money was going to be in the closet. That's what you told Ms. Whistler.
Your Honor, just objection foundation, which purchase here are we discussing?
I already said that. It was the first purchase with Susan Kohler. We talked about that.
I think that clarification, we need to be much more careful about whether you are impeaching or refreshing.
Okay,
And
I understand.
I'm confused. I think the witness's responses will be tough to determine on a written record
All right.
what she's doing.
Okay. So the question is, when talking about the first purchase with Ms. Kohler, that you told Ms. Whistler, originally you were supposed to leave those oxycodone pills in the closet and that the money was going to be in the closet, correct?
I don't recall on that one.
But you just read it, correct?
It doesn't say Susan Kohler or anything in there. It just says that the money doesn't refer to what purchase you're talking about in here. It does not say Sue and Kohler's purchase, or it does not say Robbie's purchase.
Okay.
It just says,
Your Honor, could we approach for just a moment? Thank you. Okay, let's try this again. I'm sorry that this has been really confusing, but
Ms. Lewis, if you don't leave it in front of her, she won't be able to read along with you. And so if we can do a combination of you having that and putting it on the screen, or however you want to do it. But
All right.
if you're going to read, she needs to be able to see what you're reading.
okay, let me just figure out where I'm at and then we'll do that.
No problem.
All right, let me ask you this. The first thing you talk about with U.S. Attorney's Office is the first purchase with Susan Kohler.
I'm not 100% sure.
All right, give me one moment. Katie, can you pull up page 34 of the May 10th transcript? All right, if you could look at line 18. And this is early in the interview. Ms. Whistler asked you, okay, so when would that have been? Referring to the first time Kouri reached out for pills. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right. And
Yes.
that's when you said the other guys made it so much easier because they drew it out for me.
I need you to read it exactly.
The other guys had it so much easier drawn out for me. That's your response, correct?
Correct.
All right. So then, Ms. Whistler continues to talk to you about, just go ahead and turn the page for a minute, that first purchase.
Mr. Bloodworth,
Objection under 106.
forgive me for a moment. Okay. Give me a series of line numbers or page and line numbers that you're concerned about.
Your Honor, on page 34, the response spanned lines 20 through 23. I think that entire section needs to be read.
Would you please read the
That's
rest
fine.
of the response?
Okay, yes, that's fine. So the question from Ms. Whistler is, when would this have been, the first purchase? And you answer, the other guys had it so much easier drawn out for me. I want to say January or February. I don't know. You'd have to look at the phone records.
Correct.
Correct. And Ms. Whistler says of last year. Correct?
You gotta read her answer to the question.
Well, I was asking her to acknowledge that was the question from Ms. Whistler. Ms. Whistler asked you of last year, correct?
Correct.
And you said, I think so. Yeah. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now you go on and you're talking about the purchase from Ms. Kohler, correct?
Correct.
All right, let me Google what is a hostile witness, okay? So we can figure this out. All right, so the AI overview has it like this. A hostile witness is a person who testifies for the party that called them, but reveals bias, antagonism, or offers testimony contrary to that party's legal position. Once declared hostile or adverse by a judge, the lawyer may use leading questions and cross-examination, which are typically prohibited during direct examination. So it's who called her. The party who called her, in this case, she's a witness for the state. Okay, right now. They're the ones that called her. So they're the ones that would have her declared a hostile witness. And typically the witness is giving testimony against the party who called them. So, for example, an employee testifying against their employer is a what you would would be declared a hostile witness. So, say, yeah, or well, I think the best I think the best example would be an employee testifying against their employer. They're currently employed and working there, because that's actually the example that they use in the AI overview. A witness who changes their story on the stand to protect the defendant, a current employee testifying against their employer in a lawsuit. This designation allows attorneys to control a witness who is not acting in the best interest of the case, aiming to reveal the truth or minimize damage caused by their testimony. So, that's what, those are the two best examples. So she's not lying on the stand to protect the defendant. So she's fine. Like, all right. Oh, wait, I meant to keep that up. Kimberly says, not a big fan of The Princess Bride. I don't think that I've ever seen those words put together in that order when referring to the movie The Princess Bride. I am shook. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Let me get back to this because my brain is just buffering.
Right. And while you're still talking about that purchase, that was the purchase that was $600, correct?
Correct.
So let's pull up page 43 of the transcript.
MK Lynn!
And Ms. Whistler says
What
that
up,
on line
buddy?
10, so it's your best recollection it was $600, correct?
Correct.
So we're still talking about the first purchase.
Correct.
All right, thank you. And then as we move forward, as we're still talking about it, on page 46, you're talking about that the next after you got the pills, and you testified yesterday you didn't give them to Kouri that night, it was the next day, correct?
Correct.
And then you said, and then the next day, I want to say it was brighter, and she said the money, go inside the house, the money is in the closet, correct?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not what she said on direct as well?
Correct.
All right. And then Ms. Whistler asks you, 2 lines down, 3 lines down, you took the pills you had gotten from Susan to that address, correct?
Correct.
All right. And so as you're talking about that,
You have to read her answer. The question is not evidence of anything.
Oh my God, is this your first day
now I forgot
lawyering,
what the
lady?
question was.
So you're on line
Oh, I'm sorry.
19.
You took the pills you gotten from Susan to that address and you said yes, correct?
Correct.
All right. And she asked if you'd been to the house before and you said no, correct?
Correct.
All right.
But this is the most, Kimberly,
So then as we move to page 47,
ma'am, you're interrupting me. Kimberly said, I love all your movie references, Bindi, and a fan of all of them until The Princess Bride. Like, you're just, I mean, are you trying to devastate me, Kimberly? Also, point in fact, I do not think it means what you think it means is the most apropos movie reference for this situation currently that we are experiencing. Unless we maybe go with Clerks, Jay and Silent Bob, fuck, motherfuckity, fuck. Maybe that's a good one too.
line 14, Ms. Whistler says, okay, when you got there, did you go inside, correct?
Correct.
And she's
What the hell are y'all trying to do? Bindi, I guess you haven't seen my comments about how much I dislike the movie. What are y'all what are you trying to do to me today? Is this be mean to Bindi Day? Is this let's just see how much we can break Bindi's cold black heart day? Is that what's happening here? Why have y'all turned against me? This is for y'all.
What a bunch of a-holes.
I don't know what y'all are trying to do. This is too much. Let me rewind it so we can get her freaking question and answer.
line 14, Ms. Whistler says, okay, when you got there, did you go inside, correct?
Correct.
And she's talking about the small Midway house, correct?
Correct.
And you said, no, it was late at night and I put them in the fire pit, correct?
Correct.
And Ms. Whistler says, outside, and you say, yeah, correct?
Correct.
Turn the page. Ms. Whistler asks on line 7, okay, so you dropped this envelope full of pills in a fire pit in a vacant house in Midway. Did you think this was odd, correct?
Correct.
And you said yes, but I didn't think nothing of it because if you're keeping a certain somebody out of the picture, you're not, I mean, if you know anything about the drug world, and then you don't complete that thought, correct?
Correct.
All right, so you told,
Objection, Your
Please
Honor.
pause. Go ahead, Mr. Butler.
Completeness, she does complete the thought, you just have to read down.
Yeah, we've got to read through.
all right, I don't know that it's relevant, but that's fine. Ms. Whistler then says, well,
Wait a
I've been
minute.
doing this for 20
Wait a minute. Back the milk truck up. What do you mean you don't know if this is relevant? If you're going to allege that the witness didn't complete the thought and the witness did complete the thought, but it's a couple of lines down, then it is relevant. What are you talking about? Why are you standing there arguing with the judge? What's the matter with you?
20 years, so I think I do, I guess referring to know something about the drug process, correct?
Correct.
And you say, no, I'm just saying some addicts, or, and she says, uh-huh, and you say, some people don't really ask questions, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So,
Objection, completeness.
Your Honor,
keeps going.
I think though if that's the part that's relevant to my questioning. I think if Mr. Bloodworth wants to bring in the rest later, he's welcome to do so. We're actually changing the topic here back to the investor now.
Why don't you just read through the sentence, the period on line 23. I understand your position, but I think her thought goes through before changing of a topic, the period on line 23.
All right. So when you say some people don't really ask questions, Ms. Whistler says okay, and you say, or they don't want to get caught in the middle of anything, period.
Correct.
All right. So, I'm going to give this back to you for now.
I mean, that is a complete thought. And I think what she's meaning by what she just read is that if you have some chick who makes way more money than you, has way more money than you because she's dropping $600 and more than that later on, but at $600 is not anything to sniff your nose at or snub your nose at. Yeah, that's the word. Snub. Jen, get it together. Anywho, okay. So she's doing her a favor. She's not going to be asking a whole bunch of questions because guess what? When you're committing a crime, the less you know, the better, right? You take the stance of, my name's Paul, that's between y'all. You're not sitting there like the damn Spanish Inquisition asking, well, who's this investor? And why did you pick that box? There's 1,100 other boxes in the closet. Or there was, I don't know, under the sink. Because she doesn't want it out in the open, okay? This is just, this is the stupidest line of questioning ever. You're on my nerves, ma'am.
So back to my original question is, you told Ms. Whistler that the first pills you got from Susan Kohler you left in the fire pit at the Midway house, correct?
Correct.
But that's not what you're saying today, correct?
Correct.
Now, is it fair to say when you were talking to the U.S. Attorney's Office, who could potentially charge you with a 20-year minimum mandatory crime, you were doing your best to tell them the truth?
It was a lot to take in, so I probably had confused a little bit.
Were you doing your best to tell them the truth?
Yes.
Is that fair?
Correct.
You were.
Mm-hmm.
And this conversation was approximately a year after these events took place. The conversation with Ms. Whistler took place about a year after these things happened, correct?
I'm not sure on the dates.
Well, they happened in March of 2022, February, March of 2022, and you're talking with Ms. Whistler in May of 2023, so a little more than a year, correct?
I'm not sure on that.
Well, the date is on the transcript. Do you need to look at it?
I don't think it was a year apart, but I could be confused on the date.
All right. If I represent to you that this interview was in 2023, are you comfortable with that?
Yes.
Okay. So it was about a year after.
Okay.
And fair to say, 1 year after the fact, your memory was probably better than it is here today 4 years after the fact, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Wait a minute. Didn't you also say that she was using drugs at the time? So isn't it conceivable that actually, because of those circumstances, that once you get clarity, you get the brain fog away and all of that, that you start remembering things a little more accurately? I mean, these are your arguments, counselor.
Okay. Now I want to move to the second buy. We're going to talk about the second purchase, which would have been the first purchase with Robert Crozier, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you reached out because Kouri said she needed something stronger, like maybe the Michael Jackson stuff, correct?
Correct.
And you couldn't remember if this was by text or phone. You said you weren't 100% sure, correct?
Yes.
All right. can you pull up page 50? You turn to page 57. I'm gonna let you use the book. You put 57 on the screen for me of the May 10th interview. Okay, I want you to look at line, you're on page 53, Carmen?
I'm on 57.
Oh, I'm sorry, maybe I gave you the
You
wrong
told me
page.
57.
I might have, you're right, 57, I'm sorry.
So do I need to go back or stay here?
No, 57's correct, I misspoke,
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. So line 7, oh, actually, no, let's go up to line 5. Officer Parker says, when you say by phone, are you saying a phone call or a text, correct?
Correct.
Talking about your communications with Ms. Richins, correct?
Correct.
You said, I'm not 100% sure the officers have it all, correct?
Correct.
Do you recall what you said after that? Well, let me ask you this way. Do you recall telling them they made it easier for me because they draw it out? Like they laid out the whole puzzle and they fit the pieces together. Do you recall that?
Yes.
So you recall that you said that.
Correct.
And do you recall what Ms. Whistler said to you?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Pull up.
You need to stop playing with these people, stop playing with the jury, stop wasting the court's time. You know damn right well that what she's talking about is that they showed her her own texts from between her and Kouri. That's what she's talking about. Okay? You're just now let me just stop. We're never going to get through this at this rate.
10:33, the video. Do you recall that she, before you play do you recall that she said to you, well, we would rather you just tell what you remember?
Correct.
Okay, then maybe we don't need to play it.
It's not her objection. That's not what the question says.
But that's her memory. So here we go. There's nothing impeachable happening, right?
Okay.
All right. So, again, Ms. Richins on the second time asked for the Michael Jackson drug, correct?
Correct.
And you told Ms. Whistler that you had to Google it, correct? Because you didn't know what it was.
Correct.
And that you discovered it was propofol, correct?
I don't recall if that's what I remember, but
Well, you said yesterday that you discovered it was propofol.
yes.
All right. And you can't buy propofol on the streets, correct?
I'm not sure.
To your knowledge, can you buy it on the streets?
No, I don't go around asking for it, no.
Okay, that's
Not
fair.
that I recall, if you can
That's
or
fair.
not.
And I want to go back to the pills, the first set of pills you got from Robert. Can you pull up page 59? Yeah, I'm really not going back. We're still on the first set of pills you bought from Robert. Page 59.
If you would just wait for the question.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to get to the page.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be less confusing if we do it in
Okay.
this order.
Ms. Whistler asked you during this interview if you'd ever taken opioids. Do you recall that?
No, I don't recall.
Your Honor, I appreciate your optimism that this will be less confusing if we do it this way, but this couldn't be less confusing even if she had fucking crayons and butcher block paper. This is ridiculous. Oh, thank you, Jen. Jennifer said, since I tried to break Bindi, the least I can do is buy a 5-hour energy. I did very much enjoy the mini meltdown. Thanks, babe. I appreciate that. Incredibly generous. Yes, for the record, we are on the first time that she bought from Bobby. Okay? Because Bobby is the fentanyl seller.
All right, can you look at page, you're on 59, right?
Yes.
Line 4. Ms. Whistler says, and you yourself have never been an opioid user. I misspoke. She said, you yourself have never been an opioid user. Recall that?
Correct.
And you said, well, I was for my neck.
Correct.
Okay. And she says, okay, but I mean, and then you say, I had neck surgery. Correct?
Correct.
And she said, I mean illicit opioids. And you said yes and no.
Correct.
So you're saying, yes, I had taken illicit opioids also.
Yes.
Correct? All right. She says, tell me what you mean by yes or no. Correct?
Correct.
And you say, I mean, I would take Roxy's or Oxys for my neck and stuff. Okay?
Okay.
And then Ms. Whistler says, were they okay, but were they prescribed to you by a doctor? Correct?
Correct.
And you said they were in the beginning, but not after a while. Correct?
Correct.
So then she asked you, roughly when did you have neck surgery? Correct?
Correct.
And you said, I had neck surgery a year ago. Correct?
Yes.
All right. So your neck surgery was pretty close in time to when you were getting these pills from Mr. Crozier. Correct?
No, my neck surgery was completed. I was out of my brace and everything.
So when you were getting the pills from Mr. Crozier, your neck surgery was over, correct?
Yes.
That's fine. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Thank you for telling me that. All right. So my question is, when you were getting oxycodone from Mr. Crozier, were you holding back any pills for yourself?
No, I turned him in to my therapist. She kept track of them. When I had my prescription, my surgery, when I was done.
Right, but you said you were getting some that were not prescription. You were getting illicit pills. I take it you didn't give those to your probation
No.
officer. All right. So were you holding back pills from Mr. Crozier to take for yourself?
No, I was not.
Okay, Sarah wants to know, is the first time from Bobby the first time she got pills for Kouri? No. The first time she got pills for Kouri was from Susan. She got pills from Susan the first time. And Kouri came back to her later and said, "Can you get something stronger? The investor wants something stronger." That's when she reached out to Bobby.
All right. So then you talk
And now the defense attorney is essentially asking her if she pinched.
more about that Kouri had asked for the Michael Jackson drug. And yes, when you told her, well, it's not a pharmacy. I don't know what you want. I can't just go get you a stronger dose of pills, correct?
Correct.
All right. But the first pills you gave her were prescription oxycodone, correct?
From Susan Kohler?
Yes.
Correct.
From Susan Kohler. And then you asked Mr. Crozier for Roxy 30s, correct?
I don't recall if that's exactly what I asked for.
Well, we talked about that yesterday.
I said blues. Blues, or I asked for pain pills or an opiate pain pill.
All right. Yesterday you testified you asked for Roxy 30s or blues. Remember that? Yes, from yesterday?
Objection, Your Honor. I'm not sure that's accurate.
I'm not either. Foundation.
I can go back and find it, I guess, but that is accurate. All right, let me find it.
I think the difference is whether, to be a little bit specific here, she testified to that yesterday or acknowledged having said it in a prior interview.
That's fair. Yesterday you acknowledged that you had told Mr. Crozier that you wanted Roxy 30s or blues. We found that page number yesterday, and you acknowledged that, yes, that is what you had said at the time. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. So my point is, Roxy 30s, 30 milligram oxycodone, are a stronger variety of oxycodone than what you would typically get in a prescription, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you could get her something stronger and still get her oxycodone, correct?
I'm not understanding the question.
All right.
Okay, let me break it down
There
for
are
you, lady, because you don't seem to understand, even though you swear that you're familiar with drug court, which would make you familiar with how situations like this go down. Okay, you can want in one hand. All right, you have an ideal drug of choice. Okay, in this case, pain medication. All right. But that doesn't mean it's not like a 7-Eleven. Okay. It's not Burger King. You don't always get it your way. All right. You can request something and they either have it or they don't have it. Okay. And if they don't have it, then you go to the person in this situation, Kouri, because all Carmen is the friggin' middleman. And I think she's having well, let's just hold on. She's the middleman. So you go to the money, who's paying for it, the client, and you say, hey, I know you wanted whatever, but he only has this. Is that okay? You don't make those kind of decisions when you're talking about $1,000 on your own. You're not authorized to make that kind of a decision. So you ask, and Kouri says, yeah, that's fine. So she says, okay. So she goes and gets plan B. Okay. And I also think that she's having trouble with the word or. She testified yesterday that Roxy 30s in her mind are blues. They are the same thing. So if you would have asked the question and you would have said also known as, I think she would have understood what the hell you're asking her. There, you guys, you're welcome. I discerned the bullshittery. Yay me.
Different milligrams of oxycodone, right?
Correct.
Prescription. Yes, prescription oxycodone, and then which are weaker, and then Roxy 30s are a stronger variety because they're 30 milligrams, correct?
Correct.
All right. So you could, in fact, get the same drug, oxycodone, and get a stronger version of it, right?
If you knew somebody with the prescription.
Okay, all right. And this is when you reach out to Nicole Cummings, and she refers you to Robert Crozier to get the stronger pills.
Correct.
All right. But you never did ask Crozier, and we talked about this yesterday, you never asked him for fentanyl, correct?
Correct.
And you told Ms. Whistler, Kouri never asked you for fentanyl, correct? She never asked you for fentanyl.
I'm not 100% sure.
All right, can we pull up Defense Exhibit 1035?
Look,
Do you need to see this?
I don't know what you're arguing about. Okay? No. And I think we've established this. Kouri Richins did not, in fact, directly and implicitly request specifically fentanyl. Okay? She settled for fentanyl. I think we fucking established that, ma'am. What is your point?
Provided in discovery.
Can you remind me? I don't.
We'll put it on.
I know I for sure am cussing out loud right now,
I want to
Violet.
introduce this.
So we'll preview it for
Okay.
council.
Oh my God.
Can you put the transcript next to it so he can?
Yeah, the transcript's more helpful. Can you scroll through? Katie?
And why is it that
No. Not yet.
Just let him read the transcript of what is in the video.
They don't need your help, lady. The judge
If you
said
take
not
the
yet.
video down for a moment, Kitty, let Mr. Bloodworth review the transcript. Just pause for a bit.
Can you go to page 71, please?
I'll be right back, you guys. I gotta.
Right, through line 25.
I think yes, something that's true, Sarah. Something stronger would be fentanyl. But
Whatever page you had up.
Okay. So the first time Kouri requested pain medication from Carmen, what she got was OxyContin, prescription OxyContin. There are multiple things that are stronger than prescription OxyContin, fentanyl being one of them. She wasn't specific, she just said stronger. So Carmen didn't know anybody who had what would be, I guess, next on the ladder, which is Roxy 30s. Okay. She didn't know anybody who had a prescription of those. So she asked her friend, Carmen asked her friend Nicole, and Nicole said, my friend Bobby knows how to get stronger meds. So Carmen contacted Bobby and said, hey, Bobby, can I get Roxy 30s? Bobby said, I don't have Roxy 30s, but I do have fentanyl. So Carmen went back to Kouri and she said, he doesn't have Roxy 30s. He only has fentanyl. Is that okay? And Kouri said, yes. And she bought the fentanyl from Bobby and gave it to Kouri. I mean, I don't understand why the defense is going over this and over this and over this, why they're trying to belabor the point. It's ridiculous. I'm going to go make Chicky Nuggy lunch. I'll behave. I'm going to be on my phone, so I'll be able to see you. You will be supervised.
Oh, now I
Be
don't.
right back.
It's the page you had up right a moment ago. Oh, I'm sorry.
I read 70.
Okay.
Does the clip start at page 70?
It is, right? It's just, yeah, it's just a little bit
Oh,
on
okay.
page 7.
What line does what page and line does the clip go through?
Line 70, line 25.
Okay, then please back to 70. Okay, the state objects under completeness. If you look at 71, page 71 of the transcript, it continues.
Well, go ahead. Let me see page 71. All right. I mean, Your Honor, I think
Through
that,
line 11 of 71 at least.
I mean, I think he can introduce that. She's testified to that
If
on
you
redirect.
gotta pay the whole thought,
Well, how about if I play it and then I read the rest because the clip doesn't include that.
but you just read the complete part and then ask her if you read it correctly.
All right.
Can't play any complete clip.
You can pull it back a page to 70. All right. So Ms. Whistler, and we're on page 70, line. Let's see. Let's back up.
Page 70?
70, Miss Hubbard.
Okay, that's it. I just want to make sure that's what I've done.
Let's go back then to line 11. Ms., do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Whistler asked you, when you met with Robbie, did you specifically ask him for fentanyl? And you answered yes. She says, you used that word, you said, uh-huh. And she said, and if, and why is that you specifically asked for fentanyl? And you said, because that's what was asked for. I mean, that was the Michael Jackson drug, right? Or that was the Michael Jackson thing. So let's stop there for a minute. Is that what it says? Is that fair?
Correct, yes.
All right. But we already talked about you knew the Michael Jackson drug was not fentanyl, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. All right. So then Ms. Whistler says, okay, so that's what Kouri had asked you to get. Is that fair? And your answer is, did she ever come out and ask for fentanyl? No. Correct?
Correct.
All right. Next page. Ms. Whistler says, okay. And you say, she asked me to get Michael Jackson stuff. Yes. Ms. Whistler says, okay, did you tell her what she was getting was fentanyl? And you said yes, and that's on the second transaction that took place in my driveway when she came to pick it up. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, but all right. we're going to come back to that because I don't want to confuse you by jumping around in sequence. So we'll talk more about what you said about that in a few minutes, okay? All right. Now, you told the U.S. Attorney's Office when you interviewed with them that you purchased drugs 1 time from Susan Kohler and 2 times from Robert Crozier, correct?
Correct.
You didn't tell them you purchased 3 times. You told them you purchased 2 times from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
All right. You told them that the first time from Mr. Crozier you got light green pills, correct?
Correct.
And the second time you got light blue pills, correct?
Correct.
That you got his number from Nicole Cummings, correct?
Yes.
Told him you needed Roxy 30s or blues, correct?
Correct.
Met him at the Maverick, correct?
Correct.
Picked up the money to pay him, correct?
Correct.
You said it was $1,000?
Yes.
And that means he was charging, my math I don't do, but I think it's approximately $30 to $35 a pill, correct? Maybe more?
Probably yes.
And that's about the running rate for oxycodone. Might even be a little high, but for oxycodone, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Are you aware what fentanyl typically?
You got to pause so we can get a response on the record. I apologize.
That's okay.
Was your last answer was?
Correct.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All right. Now, are you aware what fentanyl sells for?
I'm not 100% sure.
Because you've never bought fentanyl?
It goes for, it's a street drug. I'm not 100% sure what it's out.
Do you know that it's really cheap? At least it was in 2022, 2023, 23?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
I just went off the price he told me.
Okay. And you picked up the money at the closet in the Midway house for the purchase for Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
In a closet, correct?
This one might have been the box. I'm not sure which one.
Wasn't the box in the closet?
Yes.
Okay, so in a closet in the Midway house.
Correct.
And you got approximately $1,000.
Correct.
And that same day you brought the pills, you bought the pills from Mr. Crozier, correct?
I'm not sure if it was the same day. Like I said, I'd reach out to him and he'd get back to me.
Okay, do you recall if you picked the money up the same day you bought the pills?
I'm not 100% sure.
So you might have picked the money up first and then taken it a day or two later.
Maybe, yes, correct.
Tell me again, so that time you go in the house, which it's a little unclear, you've said different things, if it was the first time or the second time. What was in the house?
There was nothing that was being remodeled. There was one that she was flipping.
Wasn't it already remodeled?
I'm not 100% sure. She said it was a house she had done.
Are you aware? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. This is in February we're talking,
Okay.
correct?
Correct.
Yesterday you said the first purchase from Robert Crozier was February 11th, correct?
Correct.
Which you also said was the first purchase from Susan Kohler, correct?
I don't recall if that was the same time.
Okay. You don't recall that that's what you said yesterday?
I knew Susan's was in the beginning, yes.
Okay.
Not sure exact date.
Are you aware that Ms. Richins didn't own the home in February of 2022?
I knew it was a house she was flipping.
Are you aware that she'd already sold it at the end of January of 2022?
No.
All right. So you meet Mr. Crozier at the Maverick, correct?
Correct.
Give him the money and he gets you the pills, correct?
Correct.
Well, he leaves. He has to go somewhere close by to get the pills, right?
Yes.
And then he brings them back to you, correct?
Yes.
And now you're saying, now you didn't say this before, but now you're saying Nancy Peterson was with you on that trip?
Nancy Peterson drove me.
Objection, Your Honor, she did say that before.
Overruled. Let's keep moving.
Well, you didn't say that to Ms. Whistler, correct? You didn't say anything about Nancy Peterson being with you, correct?
I don't recall.
All right. But, okay. You said she drove you? Ms. Peterson drove you?
Yes.
Can we pull up, it's already been admitted, States Exhibit, I think it's 3-7D, 3-7D3. Can we publish that, please? Can you see that?
Yes,
That's a selfie, correct?
correct.
And if you look at the lettering on Nancy Peterson's hat, the lettering's reversed, right? It's backwards.
Correct.
So that picture's backwards, correct?
I guess so, correct, I guess.
Okay. So can we pull up just for? Well, no. Let's pull up CL9 for the witness. Can you make it so it's not split like that? That's how that picture really looks, correct? Because now it's not backwards.
Correct.
So you were driving, correct?
On the way back, I drove back, yes.
Well, on the way there, the first picture was,
On the way down, Nancy drove. On the way back, I drove because she wanted to get high.
okay, well, you testified yesterday that this photo was of Nancy driving and you in the passenger seat. Recall that?
Correct.
But you're in the driver's seat and she's in the passenger seat, correct?
I guess so, correct.
Okay, can we publish IMP-CL9 to the jury? We'd move to admit it and publish it.
Mr. Bloodworth.
Yeah, 3,000. 3,000.
No objection.
Okay, one moment. We're going to keep this number the way it is, right?
Sure, that's fine. So you testified yesterday that,
Hold on a second. Why are we renumbering them? It makes it harder on Brittany.
All the 3,000s are impeachment documents that were not on the witness list, so to make it easier at the end. And we've been bringing the next day ones that have a new sticker on them and giving them to Brittany.
Okay. Defense 3009 offered as IMP_CL9 is admitted.
all right, so yesterday you testified that you had Nancy drive you because you didn't have a driver's license, correct?
Correct.
But in fact, you're driving, correct?
Down the mountain,
Either way,
driving up.
you're driving without a driver's license, correct?
Yes, I always did.
Okay. All right, so this purchase is the light green pills we talked about, correct?
Correct.
And then you tell them that the next time you bought from Robert was after the death of Eric Richins, correct?
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, at this time you said you did one purchase from Susan and two from Robbie, correct?
Correct.
So 2 purchases in February, 1 from Susan, 1 from Robbie, and a third purchase on March 9th, correct?
I'm not sure of the date, but yes, there was.
You testified there was a purchase March 9th, correct?
Correct.
All right.
No.
Your Honor, Foundation, I'm sorry.
I need you to be more specific about when you say you testified.
Yesterday you testified that you did a purchase on March 9th, correct?
Yes.
But back when you were talking to the U.S. Attorney's Office, I mean, you also said you did a purchase on March 9th, correct?
I don't recall, but
All right, so you don't recall at that time when the third purchase took place.
I'm not 100% sure. That was a lot to take in back then.
I understand. But now you're sure.
Yes.
How did you become sure? If you didn't know then, why do you know now for sure?
My bank account. I'm the one that told those guys there was a check to check my bank account and tell them the exact dates of everything.
Okay, well, in all fairness, you talked about that during these interviews. You decided and discovered there was a purchase March 9th, correct?
Correct.
All right. So my question is, at that time you said, though, that was the final purchase from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
But now you're saying there's another purchase, correct?
You've confused me. I'm not understanding.
At that time you said you only purchased 2 times from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
And now you're saying you purchased 3 times.
Correct.
All right. So now you go back and you're gonna make your third purchase from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
And in that purchase, you didn't tell him you wanted something stronger, correct?
In the last purchase,
Yes.
you've confused me.
Well, it's kind of confusing because we have a bunch of statements
you
that
bounce
they're...
back and forth. It's confusing.
All right. We're going to talk about in May of 23 when you said there were only 2 purchases from Mr. Crozier.
Okay.
Okay. The first purchase you said was light green pills.
Correct.
And then the second purchase, you actually said, just give me the same thing, correct?
I don't think those are my exact words. I think he just
Okay, let's
kept
look at
purchasing
page...
through him.
I'm sorry.
I just kept purchasing through him.
Okay, let's look at page 86. You give it.
Katie, I need 86. Sure. 1 second, Ms. Lowe.
Okay,
Which line number are we at, Ms. Lewis?
I'm checking. Just where it makes the most sense. Okay, line 8. Ms. Whistler says, did you contact Robbie a second time? And you say yes. Correct?
Correct.
She says same phone number that you used to contact, and you say, uh-huh.
Objection, Your Honor. I think we're refreshing at this point, not impeaching.
Fair, sustained. If you would just give her a page number and line range to read, and then ask your next question.
All right. Can you just read that page, please?
Start from what number?
Right where we were just talking about, line 8 through the end of the page.
You want me to read 8 all the way down?
Yes.
Just read it to yourself.
Okay. I thought you went out loud. I'm like,
No, my
okay.
apologies.
Okay, yeah.
And then will you give me the next page up on the screen, please? If you can tell me when you've reached the bottom of that page.
I've reached the bottom.
Can you turn to the next page and read through line 5?
Katie, I need 88. Thank you.
Did you read through line 5 of that next page?
Yes.
All right.
Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can, Your Honor. There's going to be a completeness problem if we get to impeach him.
Yeah, well, can we just, okay. That's fair. Ask your next question, Ms. Lewis.
I don't have the right page up here. Can you?
That's okay. It
Okay.
just has. I apologize for interrupting. Please ask your next question.
All right. So the second time you went back to Mr. Crozier for pills, you did not ask him for something stronger, correct?
Through Robbie?
Yes.
I'm confused on what purchase we're on.
Okay, we just read it. Let's go back and read it again.
You're confusing.
Page 86.
Okay.
And the top of 87. Let me see that. through line 5.
Correct.
All right. So, do you now recall that you told Ms. Whistler that you just asked him for more of the same the second time?
Correct.
And she asked you, you didn't ask for anything stronger, or do you have any better? Nothing like that? And you said, no, I just asked for the same.
Correct.
All right. So the first time he got you light green pills, and the second time, you just said, give me more of the same, correct?
Correct.
Happy birthday to your daughter, Neat. Ah.
Right. And again, you picked up the money at the Midway House in the cup in the closet, correct? For that
Correct.
second purchase with Mr. Crozier.
Correct.
You went back to the Maverick, correct?
Yes.
With Mr. Bon Savage, correct?
Bon Savage wasn't that one.
That's what you told Ms. Whistler, though, in 2022, correct? I'm sorry, I misspoke, 2023.
Pause for 1 second,
I
Ms.
think
Lauber.
that question's fine. I think the lack of foundation is confusing the witness as to whether she's testifying about what she said yesterday or what she said in the course of this interview.
Or what she recalls happening. I just need you to be a little
Okay.
bit more specific.
All right, we're still talking about the interview on May 10th with Ms. Whistler, where you told her you only purchased twice from Mr. Crozier. First time light green pills, second time you asked for more of the same, correct?
Correct.
And that you picked the money up in the Midway House, correct?
Correct.
And at that time, you said there were only 2 purchases with Mr. Crozier, and it was the second purchase that Mr. Bon Savage went with you to pick up the pills, correct?
Bon Savage was the last purchase.
Right, but in
Ms.
20,
Lauber, pause for a moment. Ms. Lewis's question is, do you recall saying that you went with Mr. Bon Savage to, forgive me, what's the name of the woman from the vet? Ms. Whistler.
yes, Ms. Whistler.
To Ms. Whistler during that interview.
I don't recall saying I was with Bon Savage.
All right. Carmen, you were really clear in the interviews in May. You said more than once that you did a total of 3 purchases for Kouri Richins, correct?
Correct.
1 from Susan Kohler, 2 from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct at the time, yes.
All right, and during those interviews, Detective Maynard and Detective O'Driscoll told you that you purchased drugs from Mr. Crozier on March 9th, correct?
Correct.
And you still said there were 3 purchases. So at that time, you were telling them in your interviews, I had a purchase from Susan Kohler in February, correct?
Correct.
A purchase from Mr. Crozier in February, correct? And a purchase from Mr. Crozier on March 9th, correct?
Correct.
And at that time, that was it. You said in these interviews, that's it. Those were the purchases I did for Ms. Richins, correct?
Correct.
All right. So that's what we're talking about right now. I know you've changed your story, and you're now saying there was another purchase, but we're talking about what you told them a year after these events. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So, you meet with the U.S. Attorney's Office on May 10th of 2023, correct?
I'm not sure the date, but
All right, well, I'm going to hand the witness, which is marked as impeachment CL8, but I'm using it to refresh.
Understood.
Can I
All
see
right.
a copy on the screen?
Oh, I'm
Oh.
sorry. These are just they're the dates of all the interviews with, it's just the first page of each transcript. Oh, it doesn't have May 10th. Oh, it does, it's at the end. No, it's out of order. May 10th, May 12th, May 13th. I'm going to put that in the right order.
But it doesn't say who the interview's with.
Transcription of interviews with Carmen. I'm just going to get the dates straight.
Right, we
with
know
the
Carmen's
dates.
at all the interviews. We don't know who is interviewing her by
I
the
don't
face of
even-
these transcripts.
It doesn't matter right now. I'm just asking her for the dates because she can't remember any of the dates. All right, let me see what she
Counsel,
says.
would you pause for a minute?
Let me just see what she says, and then I'll.
Here we
Uh,
go.
2
They're
minutes for
arguing.
the jury. One, I need a restroom break, so we're going to take one. And two,
Thank God.
I recognize that the temperature is trending toward meat locker at the moment. That is my fault. I asked them to cool it off. I didn't think we were going to overshoot by this much. I'm working on it, I promise. Please rise for the jury.
I wondered why my toes were getting cold.
Oh, can you hear it? She's so frustrating. She is, Mr. Bloodworth. She is. We're all frustrated with her. The jury is frustrated with her. The audience is frustrated with her. The judge is frustrated with her. Everybody on the planet is
Take a
frustrated with
restroom
her.
break. Everybody can have a seat for a minute. We'll be in break until 10:20. Ms. Lauber, I have a thought here. Ms. Lauber, same rules. You cannot speak to anybody. If you need to use the restroom, that's fine. Otherwise, you got to keep to yourself. You're allowed to stand next to Mr. Moffat, but you can't talk to him about your testimony, okay? Can you do that?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Bloodworth, Ms. Lewis, maybe we can talk in my office for a moment. Would that be all right?
In word, Your Honor, can I ask for a little more than 10 minutes? I have something I need to attend to.
Oh, no problem. How
Before
much time do you
9:05.
need?
Can we come back at 10? Well, how long am I going to be in your chambers?
You know, we can do that second if you want to attend to something first.
Can we do that, please?
Yes, sir. Nobody can start without me, so we'll just take the time it takes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. When you're ready to have a brief conversation, please grab Ms. Lewis and come around.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Court's in recess. Thank you.
Kouri does look mad, and I don't blame her. Her attorney is mucking this completely up. This is ridiculous. Oh, here we go. And the fact of the matter is, those like side arguments that are happening over at the state's table, at the prosecution table, is inappropriate. And the fact of the matter is,
Anything on the record before we invite the jury?
she
back?
needs to quit arguing with the state.
Okay. Ms. Lauber, you are still under oath. Okay. Let's invite the jury back in, please.
She needs to quit arguing with the state. What should happen is he should be shown the document or whatever it is that she intends to use to refresh the witness's recollection. Okay? And if he objects, he should object. Yes, Delana, the judge, he's trying to be really patient. She's just not an easy person. Poor judge over there just sipping his tea. Bless his little heart. Everybody's patients are done. Everyone's are. Because this has proved nothing. In fact, she's like 11 billion light years away from even making a friggin' point. I don't understand this method. I don't understand who thought this was a good idea. I don't understand who approved this, because this is just poppycock. They need to be cooled. She's out of pocket, and it's ridiculous. I'm over it, bro. Like, get to the point, ma'am. You fucking lost the jury at this point.
Thank you.
If you've lost me and my chat, you've lost the jury. Maybe you should, if I were you, what I would do,
All right, folks, have a seat. Thank you.
watch some of these YouTube channels back. It doesn't even have to be mine.
Ms. Lauber, you're still under oath. Ms. Lewis.
You couldn't get the temperature of the jury, Miss
We're
Lewis.
just finished going through the interview you had with the U.S. Attorney's Office, right?
Correct.
Okay. It's a little painful, but we got there.
Yes. A little confusing.
All right. Yes, I know. I'm sorry, but let's just summarize that interview and then we'll move on. So in that interview, you told them that you bought pills from Susan Kohler one time, that you bought pills from Robert Crozier 2 times, and that you bought the same pills from Robert Crozier on each occasion. Correct?
Correct.
All right. And in that interview, you said that the pills were left at the Midway house, either in the fireplace or in a cup in a closet. Correct?
Correct.
All right. And you don't know who picked up the pills from the Midway house, correct?
No, I do not.
So you don't know if Kouri picked them up, correct?
No, I do not.
Or if Eric Richins picked them up?
No, I do not know. I do not know who picked him up.
Okay. All right, fair. So 2 days after the interview with the U.S. Attorney's Office, so we're now going to May 12th of 2023, you called Detective Maynard and asked him to come see you. Do you recall that?
I don't recall calling him. I think they were just there.
Well, it might have been a text. You either called him or texted him on your tablet. Do you recall that?
I
you
don't
needed
recall.
to see him. All right. That's fine, but let's get the May 12th interview out, which is in the binder number 2.
Okay, so the point of the last 72 hours, JL, unless you're being facetious, is what the defense is attempting to do is paint her as having changed her story. She has a reason not to be less than truthful because she's got a deal worked out with not only the state but the feds, and essentially make her an unreliable witness. Her, to remove any credibility she may have had on direct. That's what they're trying to do. She doesn't know what happened. She's changed her story, blah, 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 right? And she has a reason to be doing any of this, which it almost sounds like the implication is an overzealous prosecution, that they just wanted to get Kouri Richins so bad they're dealing with this chick. And they offered her a sweetheart deal, and so she's going to say whatever they want her to say. Okay? The problem with that is the feds. All right? Everybody in the United States knows that we have a problem with street fentanyl, with people who asking for other prescription medication, and it's either it's straight fentanyl, laced with fentanyl, whatever. It's a problem here. And I would think that the DEA, that the federal government would love to make an example out of anybody that they could, because that is what was going to happen. They were going to charge her because she is the one who procured and delivered the lethal fentanyl. And so I think that if the federal government was willing to give her immunity and not prosecute her for this crime, when it would scare people. It really would. She would have been an example. Obviously, it's not going to scare everybody. There will always be people in the world who are just, that won't be me. That can't be me. She's an idiot. She did something stupid. She didn't know who she was buying from, blah, 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 blah. Right. There'll always be that part of society. but I think they would have loved to make an example out of her, and they chose not to, which means, in my mind, they were not just taking her word for it. Yeah, they sat and they listened to her. Okay, the state did and the feds did, but that there was corroborating evidence to support what she was telling them. And I think that's an important distinction. And I think it will be an important distinction for the jury. In her attempt to take credibility away from this witness, all she's done is actually, in my opinion, made the jury feel somewhat sympathetic towards this witness because Miss Lewis, her line of questioning is so confusing. So rather than accomplishing what she's attempting to accomplish, which is straight impeachment, prove to the jury, show the jury that this witness is not telling the truth. All she's done is shown the jury that she is terrible at asking questions, they're confused, and the witness is confused. So, way to go.
Okay. May 12th.
Move this one to the ball.
You know, I'm going to take that out of your way.
Okay.
I think we're done with that one.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Now May 12th, what page?
No page yet. I just want you to have.
Oh.
I mean, she can bring up every bonder that she's got. The problem is, it's the way that she asks the question. So rather than, like I said, rather than what she's trying to do, the goal here is to impeach the witness. That's what the goal is. Rather than doing that, the jury thinks that Carmen is confused because she is.
You can look at the beginning. I'm not positive if it says at the beginning that you asked Detective Maynard to come see you, but maybe you can check that and see if it does say that. And if not, that's all right.
Yeah, it doesn't say that I asked to see him.
So either way, you talked to him on May 12th.
I have a Driscoll and a Maynard in both this.
You think they're both there on May 12th?
It says that they are.
Are you on the
I'm on page 2 or 1.
Of the May 12th, 2023.
Ms. Lauber, would you look at that blue tab and tell me what the date is on the blue tab?
Interview 5/3 of 23.
It's the wrong one. Would you go to the tab that has 5/12?
5. Oh, way back here. Okay.
Okay.
Now that might make sense now.
Okay, thank you.
Just wait for Ms. Lewis's question.
Okay.
All right, well, go ahead and look at the beginning again, and like I said, see if what page is that, Katie? Page 3. Line